Hello everybody, Zithon here with the restart of my Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition Let's Play. Oh, yes, I've now finished the game twice and played some New Game Plus, so I know a bit more what I'm talking about, and hopefully I won't have any sound issues this time. So, I'm going to go directly to character creation. Now, I played this game through with two characters, a sorcerer, which was my second, and a thief, which was my first. I'm gonna do something similar because I've been throwing sorcery around lately. I'm going to go for a wanderer. The reason I want a wanderer is because I haven't played a wanderer, and it's definitely similar to a thief, basically almost the same, except the wanderer is a bit, perhaps a bit, better unless you really want two starting gifts. And I don't care about two starting gifts because you only really need one. Now, your starting gift, these things. The Goddess Blessing is a healing item that can be used once. Or do you get two of them? I don't know, it doesn't matter how many you get, because you can get them in game, and while they're kind of useful, they're not, they're not necessary. Especially not early in the game, you'll just end up wasting it and no. Not good for a starting gift. Black Firebomb. Black Firebomb has one purpose really to choose as a starting gift, and that is to kill the first boss practically instantly, and, well, I think instantly, and get a special weapon. But you can get this weapon later, and because of the stat requirements, you won't even be able to use it early on. So, Black Firebombs, no, don't get them. Twin Humanities, same thing. You can get Twin Humanities basically as two normal humanities, and you can get them really, really early and easily, so there's no point. Binoculars is the shittiest of starting gifts, because not only can you get it at the start, well, after the tutorial that is, but they suck. I have never ever used them in any game I've played. Well, in any game of Dark Souls, that's the Prepare to Die game, that is. Pendant, and no effect. Apparently it has no effect at all. People have been looking. Yeah, I don't know either. Then we get to the only really good starting gift, the Master Key. It is basically, if you want to start your first game, get the Master Key. It's that simple. The other two, Tiny Being's Ring, which is actually mislabeled here, it doesn't help you recover HP slowly. It actually just boosts your maximum HP by 5%. Which is kind of okay, but you can get it in game, and it's not, later in the game it does, they're way better stuff. Old Witch's Ring, just a bit of extra story fluff, and you can get it in game. So, Master Key is pretty much it. Not only is it really good item, but it helps you a lot, especially if you're having trouble. So I would say get the Master Key. Anyway, just gonna finish off my character here, and let's just make it so that it's not just the generic face. Let's make him a bit older, because hey, we're not fucking 15 years old here, kids, and a bit more masculine. And let's see what those weak features do. Yeah, let's not have a super pointy nose. Anyway, that should be it, really. Wanderer with a scimitar. Anyway, let's go.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
And here we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk over any cutscene because it's kind of a dick thing to do. Now, these messages here, you can see just tutorial messages, and I already know how to do them. So, I'm gonna be ignoring them completely. And just make my way out of this place. This horrible, horrible, horrible place. Anyway, my previous Let's Play, I guess I could talk a bit about that, was problematic because I had massive sound issues. And the simple fact of the matter is that even had I not had the sound issues, it would still have been bad because, to be honest, I hadn't actually gotten that far in the game. And yeah, the Let's Play would simply have sucked, to be honest. It's much better to do, I mean, doing a blind or even a semi-blind Let's Play simply isn't good. And let's get the fuck away from this guy. We'll be seeing more of him later. Yeah, with the black fire bombs you can kill him there. But I don't have black fire bombs, nor will I ever really get them if that's my starting gift. And look at that pretty face. Look at that pretty face. Yep, you are undead. Not just normal undead. You're really, really ugly and hurt and desiccated undead. Now you can dodge these arrows, but yeah, you want your shield. And your weapon, scimitar. Now, I should mention this. This straight sword hilt. You should actually hang on to this because you can make a good weapon with it later. And you can get basically weapons like it later, but that you can also use for this weapon. But it all feels somehow nice to use your old broken stump of blade. Anyway, these white doors sometimes denote a boss and sometimes they're just screwing with you. And, ooh, someone in there. Now, this game is infamous for its dickish traps, like, I don't know, that thing. What, are they made of styrofoam or something? It's like I ended before the physics had told them to stop being light.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
And there dies a brave, brave guy. Now, alright, I should open up that. There's a bit of there's a gate here. Some gates you can only open up from the other side, like this one. And you actually get out to here, where we entered up from the cells. However, that's not where I'm going to go. Where I'm going to go is up here, and open this gate with the key. Now, the master key can't open certain story dependent gates, so you can't just run, you know, right through the entire game. You have to still follow somewhat linear progression. Well, the game is very unlinear. You can do lots of weird stuff before others, but yeah, you can't like go to the last area of the game just immediately. But the master key is awesome. Otherwise, actually, that is a full gate into a boss. And here we are going to demonstrate parrying and riposting. That's a good way of killing powerful enemies who, you know... And like, also backstabbing is the same thing. Basically, you can position yourself behind an enemy, you can backstab them. If you can parry their attack, you can riposte, and you will do a lot of extra damage. Also, another way to do extra damage is... Yes! This way! Let's just give it a bit more space. Let's not be greedy. The thing about when you're fighting, especially bosses, is to not be greedy. Because that's one thing that you have a tendency to do early on, is you just hack away panicked. Okay, I took some damage there. Yeah, just hacking away like crazy doesn't actually work. Unless you know it can work like that. Because the thing is that you might, you know, queue up several attacks like that, and then find that you are in the middle of attack when you actually need to dodge. Which is bad, I tell you. Bad. And I just realized I can't see my notes. I'm gonna have to rectify that. Hold on for 2 seconds. Yeah, the window that I had opened to make certain that I was recording was blocking my notes.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Oh, welcome to Firelink Shrine. Oh, gosh, I love this place. It's my favorite place, because you tend not to die here. Anyway, first NPC we can talk, well, second NPC we can talk to.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess, fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Well, he's a cheery fellow.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit. What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. Don't try anything.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to actually...
What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel as well. Blight Town is hell. I hate that area. Now, you see that? 3 humanity. And twin humanity is 2 blood. So, twin humanities are kind of pointless to take as your starting gift. Now, these messages will be appearing in a very few places. But not as many as they would. You see, when he was talking about going hollow and how that would solve problems, what he was actually hinting about, I guess, is multiplayer. Because when you're hollowed like this, you cannot engage in multiplayer. Now, if you use humanity to restore your humanity, and your face will become human again, and you will be able to engage in multiplayer. You'll be able to help other people in their games and get invaded by other players, and summon other players to help you as well. I will not be engaging in any of that. I'm in fact playing offline mode. Now, you may say basically that you could just stay hollow, and that would just prevent you from in any way being invaded or, you know, have any problems. But the problem is players can leave messages like that on the ground, which says stuff like trap ahead or use fire or stuff like that. The problem is I don't like that. I want this to be a pure single player experience. Anyway, let's talk to this guy.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you. Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. That is a shame, but each to their own. Speak to me if you have a change of heart.
Now, you can enter covenants, which are basically organizations, guilds, whatever you want to call them. The problem is that even if you enter his covenant, you can't afford his miracles, at least not the ones that are good, I think. I don't know if you can afford any, but... and it's, well, not the good ones, at least. So I'm not going to bother with that, and you can actually buy miracles without entering into any covenant once you have the money. Or rather, the souls. Because this is Souls, Dark Souls. And in Dark Souls, souls function both as currency and experience. Now, I'm going to use these as experience and level up a few times. Now, which stat am I going to level up? Well, my character is basically going to use dexterity as its main stat. But I'm going to increase my faith. You might ask, why, if you're going to go dexterity? Well, I'll show you in just a bit. But first, I'm going to pause. I'm going to check that everything is alright with my recording. And then we're going to continue.